Last time on Long Distance Dungeons & Dragons Dinner Theater. Heroes solved more riddles, and unleashed a minotaur, which they followed into a maze, going closer and closer to the Great Crystal. Eventually tracked the minotaur down, defeated him, and had it lead them to the Great Crystal chamber door. We caught back up with one of our long-lost heroes, Aristophanes, who was captured by a Skyfox assassin. It was revealed to him he was being taken to meet his father for the first time. And now, Long Distance Dungeons & Dragons Dinner Theater continues.
What kind of sense do I get from this guy? Is he a good guy or a bad guy?
Roll me a sense motive.
Some fun smell about him or what?
Yeah, you can roll me a sense motive.
6.
Yeah, I mean, other than what he's told you, you can't verify the information that he said. You don't know if it's true. You don't know enough about Gorham unless you roll a knowledge religion and roll really high. Unless you want to do that to see if you know anything about Gorham. But just about this guy in particular, you can't sense any motive really. You don't know what his motives are, other than what he's told you.
Okay. Alright, so I say, fine, I'm game to see how this plays out.
Alright,
so I guess we go on to where are we going?
He leads you down this road to the mountains, the Skyfox Mountains. He takes you to a secret entrance. As you approach, you can roll a perception check.
15.
Alright, you see a couple, but he points out more. He points out that there are snipers all over these mountains, protecting the Skyfox mountain caverns where they live. But he takes you through one of the secret entrances, which are also very well hidden and very well protected. And he takes you into the cavernous lair of the Skyfox Mountains, which is a city with rope bridges and little caves and foxholes and all kinds of little escape hatches and routes that lead all throughout this mountain range. And he leads you to the central part of the city where their temple and a lot of the larger part of the city is. And inside the caverns, it's sort of misty in here too. But by this time, it impedes your vision some. So your perception will be slightly disrupted while you're here. But he leads you into the bank, past several armed guards in the bank, to a desk where an old man, an old gray kitsune sits.
Do I notice anything special about this old gray kitsune?
Other than the fact that he looks strikingly similar to yourself, and he looks very busy, like he doesn't even look up from his papers when the guy walks in. He looks like an older, grayer version of yourself, though. That's all
He's
you're
sitting behind a desk?
He is sitting behind a desk, looks like he's working on paperwork.
Alright, I want to jump onto the desk, but first I want to do a backflip.
Alright,
As doing a backflip, I want to try and get out of my
I'd
binds.
like a full pose. Ha!
Alright. Roll me an well, didn't you come willingly? Because if so, that guy removed your binds, but you can still do the backflip if you want.
Yeah, can I just do the backflip?
You can do the backflip, yeah.
Front flip onto his desk. I want to land with the classic super, hero pose. And then I want to be like, father, I have returned.
Alright, roll me an acrobatics.
Orphan, do you remember your father?
No. But I'm gambling, because
You were told that's where you were going. Yeah, because I was curious, why don't you recognize this guy?
They've never met. Yeah.
But then I remember
Aristophanes' backstory was he was an orphan. Yeah, he grew up in the woods.
Forgot about that.
He was raised by that bear druid. On this island. Yeah. So roll me the acrobatics for that.
27.
Oh, perfect. You just executed you were definitely showing off for your dad. That was an amazing backflip right onto his desk. You landed perfectly. He looks up from his work and he blinks for a few seconds, and the guy that brought you in says special delivery. And he says, "What's the meaning of this?" And he looks up and says, "Aristophanes, is that you?"
Oh, yeah, it's me. So,
He says, "Get down off the desk."
Alright, so I do another front flip and land right next to him.
Alright, I'll allow that automatically. He says, "What's the meaning of this? What do you want?" And the guy says, "Well, I've brought you your son. He says, I could have easily killed him and gotten the reward." He said, "But I brought him to you because I know you're a faithful follower of Gorham, and I thought I'd do the right thing." He says, "But the fact that you're the bank manager, I thought maybe I'd get a little reward out of it." And your father agrees and doles him out several thousand gold.
Yeah, I was supposed to rob that bank.
And
It would have been helpful for me.
yeah. And then he leaves, and your father orders that they lock up the bank, and then the two guards went to the front door, and he commences to have a conversation with you.
Oh, awesome. Is it an amicable conversation?
Yeah, he does seem very glad to see you, but also very worried. How you were an orphan, you know that you were raised by this bear druid, but he tells you how that came about. Your father was one of Gorham's assassins, a trained assassin of the Sky Foxes, and was an adventurer at some point in his life. And he crossed paths with these other adventurers, and was exposed to a great crystal, and had some great power for a certain period of time in his life, and then settled back down here in the Sky Fox Mountains, and took the job as the bank manager. Now, the Sky Fox Kitsune, because they're assassins, the bank not only guards money, it also guards secrets that they've killed for secrets. They kill for possessions, so it holds many magic items, a lot of gold, a lot of secrets, and so it's a very highly held position, but also a very threatened position. The local Crow Skull gang is often trying to steal from their bank, so luckily they're assassins and they usually take out the Tengu no problem. But it's definitely a threat, and he's been under lots of threats from the mob since before you were born. And the mob actually had your mother killed because they thought it was a way to get at your father.
I don't like that. It's
Yeah.
not nice.
So they were trying to get stuff out of the bank. They were trying to get secrets, information, other rare items out of the bank. And your father wouldn't give them up. He refused to follow orders of from the mob. Even though the assassins work for the mob, a lot of them still refuse. They follow a higher law. They work for the mob for necessity more than just because they want to, really.
So they killed my mom.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
Yeah, well, the fucked up thing is that the mob got some assassins to kill your mom. So actually, other Kitsune from the Sky Foxes killed your mom, but because the mob paid them to.
I don't like the sound of that.
So yeah. Neither did your father, which is why whenever that happened, he had you taken away, which is how you ended up in the woods with that druid. It was an old friend of his, and you were left there to be raised by that druid. He watched over you from afar, but couldn't ever visit you or give away your location for fear that you would be a target again. And the fact that you're here now is dangerous, because if that Sky Fox assassin could find you, that means the other assassins could find you. So it means you're in great danger, because that means as long as he is alive and is the bank manager, you are, something that is worth a lot to him, so you are leveraged for someone to get in the bank, basically. There's a Assassin's Guild Hall, which he will encourage you to join now that you're here. To do that, you'll need to go to the Fox Arena, which is their fighting arena, and succeed in at least one fight. The rules for the Fox Arena are when you go into the arena, you only have your natural weapons and your armor, no other weapons. And there's one dagger in the center of the ring. You and one other Kitsune assassin enters. You may submit at the end of the fight or die, basically. Those are and winning in the Fox Arena will either get you into the guild if you're not in the guild, or then once you're in the guild, it'll raise your rank. And then once a year, they have a battle for leader. Not that you're necessarily concerned with that. He informs you that once you become an assassin, you can stay in the Foxhole for free, which is their dwelling area, and there's 2 free meals there a day. One at midnight and one at dusk, I believe. Usually bird meat. He informs you they have a thing called the Fox's Ball, which is invite only, but all assassins are automatically invited, and that's where you get bounties once you are an assassin. There's also an assassin's board. Once you're an assassin, they will give you free healing services, or not free, but reduced cost healing services, prosthetics. They also have a mental ward for people that suffer PTSD, and they have something else on some other page, but all kinds of stuff at the ward. They have the bank where he works, or he runs the bank, full of secrets that the Tengu want, and they have the Gorham Temple, which he says whatever deity you follow, he says you should consider accepting Gorham as one too. He's followed Gorham his whole life, and they protect the secrets of the mountains and the dragons. And joining the temple also has its own rewards. And they have a market and junk like that. And he tells you about some of the leaders in town. Zed, who's the leader of the assassins. Kaldar Mells, who is leader of the temple. There's Fance Moments, who is the sniper captain, who also runs the Foxhole, the tunnels, the inn, basically. Of course, your father will tell you his name, because that's not weird. His name is Hilippus Sidath.
Okay.
Probably kind of your last name, too.
Aristophocles Sidat.
You can take it now. You never had a last name. You were just always Aristophocles, I thought. But you can take it if you like, or.
No.
You're like Cher.
What's the name?
Aristophanes.
Aristophanes.
I don't know. I'd like to keep that option on the back burner, though.
All right, and he goes more into the detail about his job as bank manager. Failure to do his job is punishable by death, and he's always avoided death by valuing his job above all else, which is why he kept going whenever his wife died, and that's why he had you sent away, because he values this job very highly and intends to do a good job of protecting the things within the vault until he dies and is replaced. But his life was extended whenever he touched the crystal. He tells you that on these adventures, he followed these 9 other adventurers around and protected them with his assassin skills and became friends with them, touched the crystal, and his life was prolonged. So he's had this job a lot longer than he should have. And he somehow, at one point in time, he was in trouble with the Kitsune, with the Sky Foxes, because he sent you away. And, so he's been in trouble with the law here as well, but he found a way around that because he agreed. He was sentenced to death, but because he was such a honored follower of Gorham and a leader in the city, they let him choose how he would die. And him being a very clever man, chose old age. But he has an extended life, so it's taken him a lot longer than they expected him to die. So he says he's happy that he lived long enough to see you again and to pass on this information to you. But he encourages you to train you as an assassin, and he gives you a puzzle box, which looks like kind of like a Rubik's Cube. And he offers to tell you more if you join the ranks of the assassins or the temple.
Oh, I'm totally in for that, yeah. Wait, so I kind of already follow another deity, kind of attached to him.
You can just go
pretty
for the
cool.
assassin.
You're allowed to follow more than one deity in this game, unless your god is a jealous god. This is Greek mythology. There's multiple gods. You're allowed to worship more than one. You might still have one that's like your main god, and then one that's like your backup god. That's fine.
Okay, so if I don't have to give up Gojra, then I'll totally join the Temple of Gorm.
You'd be a Gorham Gozrer.
Is there like some weird initiation rite I have to go through, or
Every religion's got a weird initiation rite. So you have a lot of time to spam. So here's what we're gonna do, because you are several months behind, probably 8 or 9 months behind the rest of the group in game time.
Wow.
So you have a lot of time to catch up, and you won't even know the things going on around you, even whenever your friends eventually visit the Sky Fox. You might even be made aware of it, but you will be so deep in your training that you might watch from afar. So let's say do you join the Temple and the Assassins, or just one or the other, or both? All right, the Assassins Guild. First, you have to fight in the Fox Arena.
I figured that was coming. Okay, so I survived this fight. Like, can I just do this fight, and then I guess we'll spam?
Then spam the time and be like, yes, I'm an assassin now.
All right, so you go into the arena, the Fox Arena, with only your armor and your natural weapons, no other weapons. So that means you can use your claws, your teeth, and whatever armor you're wearing. No other weapons come with you. There is a dagger in the center of the ring. So if you want to go ahead and draw a ring, like a 20-foot circly ring.
So I have a natural bite attack, right?
You should have your Kitsune.
Yeah.
I think it's just D4.
1d4?
Yeah.
I think so. As a fellow Kitsune.
So the first thing you have to do in this ring is roll for initiative.
Alright. 17.
All right, you get to go first. Remember, there's a dagger in the middle of the pit.
Yeah.
So,
Dagger right here.
what if I'm a natural druid? Can I use spells then in a contest and only...
You can
Okay.
use spells. There are no rules against spells.
Gust of wind.
Classic Juon.
First thing I want to do is race towards that dagger.
Yeah. You got the move.
You got move speed, so yeah. You do
You're
that.
there. You got a dagger.
Alright, can I pick up the dagger?
You can.
Can I... There's nothing funky with it.
That's
right?
not
Can I
even your
use
full.
it?
That's not your full movement speed either.
That's just a dagger.
Yep. And you've only moved a quarter of your
So you
movement
still move
speed.
some. Picking up the dagger, I'll let that be a swift action. So
Yep.
Sweet. What do I see with my who am I fighting?
so now there's Kitsune looks very similar to the one that brought you in.
Oh yeah.
You haven't been here very long, so other than the fact that these guys are gray and look different than most other Kitsune that you've encountered, their patterns are pretty similar, so it's hard to tell them apart until you get really close or know them really well, or notice like certain markings on their fur. And you don't know this guy from anywhere, so it's just some guy to you.
I put the dagger away, and then I rush up to him and try and bite him.
Oh man, look at this guy, not even using the dagger. All right, so roll an attack versus his AC.
That's going pretty good.
22.
That's going to be a hit. And then roll your D4 plus your strength modifier for damage.
5.
Boom.
You return the favor. That's going to be a 20 versus your AC.
17.
Yep.
He does 6 damage to you. He bites you back. You guys are in an old school biting match.
Roll for rabies.
Rabies check.
I want to bite again.
All right, roll it.
Actually, before I bite, can I try and slip to his side, like flank him?
Technically, in the game to flank, you have to have aid of an ally. But you can roll me an acrobatics to move to the side without getting it, because if you move, you're going to provoke an attack of opportunity. But if you want to acrobatics and move to a side, that's fine. So roll acrobatics first, that'll be your move. And you'll be at his side if you want to attack from the side, that's fine.
Cool.
This should still be pretty much the same. So.
28.
Yeah, well.
That's good enough acrobatics if you want to move 5 feet to the side.
Alright, I'm going to try and bite him from behind.
Natural 20.
24.
That was a natural 20.
Yeah.
Natural.
Natural 20, so roll to confirm.
He did it again. Natural 20, so bleed damage.
Bleed damage.
2d4, right?
Yeah.
Plus strength,
Plus strength.
then bleed damage.
7, 8, 9.
9 damage.
Yes.
And now he's bleeding.
And then he bleeds out, he becomes unconscious. You can finish, he pretty much can't forfeit now, but you'll either be considered winner if you stop, or you can kill him. Your call.
So, can I just ask him if he wants to yield to me?
He's unconscious.
Oh, he's already unconscious.
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
just barely.
Yeah. Oh, yield?
The sight of blood, he passed out.
Okay, well, doesn't that mean I technically win the match?
Yeah, it's
You
your
win the
choice
match.
If you want to keep going.
Yeah,
kill him.
yeah. No. I don't really have
All right.
anything against him.
You
I don't
hold
wanna
the-
kill him.
You hold up the dagger in victory.
Yes.
Alright, you hold the dagger in victory. The crowd applauds. You are now initiated into the Assassin's Guild.
Awesome.
First thing-
Fox now?
Yeah, he's a Skyfox now.
He's a Skyfox Assassin
Yay.
officially.
You get a tattoo.
Yes.
You get a tattoo.
We have matching tattoos now.
You have a
Nice.
tattoo.
What's the tattoo?
The tattoo is awesome.
It's a cloud. It's a cloud with an eyeball in the center of it. But it's a magical tattoo. So put it somewhere on your body that you can see. Whenever you look at it, if the eyeball is open, that means that either someone else can see you, is watching you, or is scrying you. And if the eyeball is closed, that means that you can't be seen. So the assassins use that to find like really good hiding spots before they attack, things like that. But now Aristophanes has one of those tattoos as well. So now that you are in the Assassin's Guild, they will give you your first bounty. And so we can spam time for these. These will just be like nonsense bounties if you want. I'll make you go on these missions. You go do your first bounty over the course of these months. You end up assassinating one of the leaders of the Crow Skull, creating a power vacuum. And during this period of time will be whenever Black Jesus returns and enters into power. So you create the power vacuum that allows Black Jesus to become a leader in the Crow Skull. And for this first assassination, you receive a Slayer's robe.
Nice. Yeah.
What does the Slayer's robe?
This one in particular is a ragged gray robe. It looks like a monk's cassock. +5 on stealth checks and sleight of hand checks to conceal a weapon. Not all stealth checks, just to conceal a weapon. But when hiding a weapon, you get a +5 to either sleight of hand or stealth. You get a +1 resistance bonus on all savings throws, so you get a +1 to all savings throws.
Damn.
And on command, you're able to turn into a gray mist for up to 5 minutes a day. You can use it in 1 minute increments, but only 5 minutes per day. So you can do it for 1 minute 5 times, or 2 minutes and then 3 minutes, whatever. While you're in this gaseous form, in the mist form, your stealth checks get a +10 while you're in that form. All stealth checks get a +10 while you're in mist form.
What happens to all your stuff while you're in mist form? Does all your stuff just like
It
mist
mystifies with you, yep.
Cool.
Candy.
That's your late Christmas present for sure.
Yeah.
That's
So yeah, happy candle nights. So yeah, you get that Slayer's robe. During this period of time, your uncle will introduce you to Nona, the fortune teller. And will say that they were old friends on their last adventure. Nona was one of the travelers that he traveled with, and during their travels, she acquired the Deck of Many Things, which she is now cursed to wander the world and play. But she's here in the Skyfox Mountains, and your father offers you a game. He says that's how he first found power, and he says if you think you're lucky and you would like to play the Deck of Many Things, your chance is now.
Fuck yeah. I've been lucky so far.
All right, so Nona sits down with you, and she reminisces with you about your father and some of the adventures they went on. She asks if you would like to have your fortune told before you play, or if you just want to play.
I'll take the fortune beforehand. You know,
All right.
if she doesn't mind.
She does not mind. That's what she does. She's a fortune teller.
Eve, man.
She was a fortune teller before the Deck of Many Things chose her, and now she's stuck with it until someone relieves her of this duty.
Oh my god, that means that I can do it.
Yeah, but then you'll be stuck traveling the world with the force to play the Deck of Many Things in certain places
Oh,
all the time.
traveling world.
Yeah, it's not that bad of a. It's not a bad gig, but it's also a curse. So I mean, it's a good /bad gig.
Live forever while having to do this? Traveling the world.
Well, you live until someone becomes a new deck holder.
Is that like a or can you
Yeah, you can't even go vote. And people just want to bother you to play. Everyone's like, I'm gonna play cards. You're just like, I'm just here to vote. Yeah, it's gonna be a hassle. All right, so for your fortune, she says this card reveals is the Hermit, which reveals that you've been in hiding, which is true. You've been in hiding for 8 or 9 months. Like I said, your friends even passed through this cave, and you didn't report your presence to them. You watched at a distance whenever Juan showed up, and Morrigan, although you don't know Morrigan. You saw Juan, did not reveal yourself. You've been hiding for all these months, and she reveals that that through this hiding, you will find the answer to all of your. This will open the door to answer the questions that you've always wanted to know the answers to. So,
nice.
Brian, did you actually flip that card over, or did you look for it?
I flipped it over. This is random. This is a random thing.
It's creepy.
Yeah.
It's real.
All right, and now to play the Deck of Many Things, you must choose a number of cards that you would like to play.
I was thinking 3 because I don't know.
3's cool, but I mean,
It's your life, dude.
that's what I'm saying.
7. Anything can
You
happen.
die immediately.
Yeah.
Anything
Let's
can
do
happen. 3? Stick 'em with 3.
3.
All right.
You can also get follower dude.
Card number 1. All right, the first card she reveals, you gain your choice of either 25 pieces of jewelry or 50 gems.
Oh, okay.
Your
Good
choice.
one.
Worth about 150 gold either way, but your choice there, Aristocles. Which one would you like, gems or jewelry?
Is there a difference in weight or ease of carrying them? Or
The jewelry you can wear, so that's pretty. It's easier to carry. Just like throw a bunch of necklaces on and shit. You want a bunch of gold chains,
No,
or
Brian.
I'm kind of intrigued by the gems.
all right. So 50 gems, worth 150 gold each.
Drunk. I'm very drunk.
150 each?
Yep.
Should I have gone with
Second card.
Ace of Diamonds. Woo! Too many cards.
The Vizier. You will now know the answer to your next dilemma. So anytime that you want an answer or a way out of a problem, you can just call upon this card. Next card, unfortunately, is a 2, but it's a black 2, which is
to
spades.
change
Change alignment instantly. So what's your alignment currently there, Aristophanes?
Chaotic neutral.
All right, I need you to roll a percentage die. Actually, roll me a d4 first.
4.
All right, so that's going to change the second half of your alignment. So roll me a percentage chance. Above will be good, and below will be evil. Below 50.
42%.
He's evil.
You are now chaotic evil. Those are your 3 cards.
That was all 3?
That was all 3.
Yeah.
And you got the gems and alright, yeah.
Yep, an answer to a dilemma and a change in alignment. So you're now an evil assassin.
That's not bad.
That's not bad at all.
Does your god align with chaotic evil? Oh. Gorham does.
Gorum Gorham does. I don't know if Gozer does, but
Still good. Gora might be your main deity now.
but you're within. I think Gozer is a chaotic neutral, so you're within one step. So I think you're fine with Gozer as well.
Nice. All right. Cool. So I'm evil now. That's cool.
All right.
No.
You stay here over the next several months. You do some other assassinating jobs evilly. You start getting into assassinating. You start liking it. You start liking killing. You're into it. You've done a couple bounties. You now have access to a lot of other goods on their market that you wouldn't have otherwise. I know you don't have a lot of money right now, but we'll say that you did a couple bounties. Roll me a d20.
Yeah, get some money.
Roll that. Multiply that by 100, and that's how much gold you've earned over the past several months.
1,700. Okay.
Add that to your gold.
I had a lot of gold. Cool.
Now you have even more. So if you want to shop while you're here, you can. If you want to tell me what your spending limit is, I can tell you some stuff you can get.
Yeah, you got all those gems, man. You can trade those in for at gold price, right?
Yeah, that's what I would want to do. Like at the market.
If you try and sell those gems in the market, you're probably going to get like 100 gold worth for them each because it's an open market.
25, so 2,500. Is that right? Or is it 50 gems?
Gold 50 gems.
So
you get 5,000.
5,000 gold.
Only respects alignments of neutrality, so you could be neutral good, lawful neutral, neutral chaotic neutral, or neutral evil. So chaotic evil's one step away from your alignment in your God alignment with Gozer.
So Gozer's not going to want to talk to you for a little while.
Alright, that's cool.
You got Gora?
I need to deal with Gorum for a second. Yeah. Alright, cool. Then I'll just go ahead and sell those gems.
Alright, you get another 5,000 gold. Are you looking to blow any money? And how much, if you are? You also have access to things like poison darts now from the Gorm's assassins.
Alright. 9,500.
9,500?
Yeah, what can what
Let's see.
good price range?
Deathwatch eyes, eyes of keen sight, insight goggles, sniper. Well, those are too expensive. Not sniper. Vest of the Vengeful Tracker you can get.
What does that do?
The Vest of the Vengeful Tracker is a green and brown vest with a bunch of pockets, lodestone button. Whenever you wear it, you feel a surge of heroism whenever you're tracking down your prey. You get a +1 morale bonus on the first attack and damage rolls made with weapons against a creature you successfully tracked within the previous 24 hours. If they're flat-footed, you get a +2. If it is your favorite enemy, you get a +4.
Wow, okay. Yeah. Are there any other items I might want to be aware of?
Pull this up here. We got... they have all kinds of different arrows. Sizzling arrows, searing arrows, slaying arrow, sleep arrows. Things like that. Cloak of the Sneaky Scoundrel. Handkerchief of Finding. Hunter's Tree Fort.
What does the cloak do? What makes it so sneaky and
That makes it so sneaky.
It will shift hue and pattern to blend with surroundings. You get a +5 bonus on stealth checks whenever you're wearing it. It also holds the concealed scabbard, which you can fit any light blade. So any light blade you can hide in there, so it's got a concealed pocket for a light blade. You can draw it just like you were drawing it from a scabbard. But anyone that's searching for it, so like if someone was like patting you down looking for weapons, I'd have to roll a DC 20 to find the weapon. So it's like having a secret door inside of your cloak.
nice. A light blade. It holds a light blade, you said?
Yep, any light blade will fit in there, any light weapon.
Alright, I want it. How much is it?
Let's see. 6,400.
What's it called again?
Cloak of the Sneaky Scoundrel. Now be aware, I think your other thing was a cloak too, right? The mist cloak or Slayer's robe. I'll have to check, but those both might be shoulder slot items. You can only wear one at a time. So you put one in your bag and carry it, So swap them back and forth. But
okay. So I'd have to make a point of switching them out.
yeah, like I want to be mist, I'm putting my mist cloak, or I'm carrying my one that's got my weapon in it. So yeah, if you're switching between the two. But you throw that one in your bag, it's a piece of cloth whenever it's in your bag, so it doesn't weigh very much, won't take up much room.
Okay. Yeah, let's buy that. How much was it again?
6,400. They do good work.
Can I get some arrows too?
Yeah, just plain arrows or?
One of that specialty arrow you mentioned.
Poison arrow.
They've got searing, sizzling, slaying, sleep, Then we got tangle bolts for crossbows, tracer bullets for guns or slings. Assassin's dust, which you can pour over your enemy to basically like disintegrate their body, get rid of a body really fast.
How much is that?
750 gold.
All the monies.
It causes bare skin that it comes in contact to burn and tingle. If it's sprinkled on a corpse or an inanimate object, or skeleton, a corpse or an inanimate skeleton, it causes the dead flesh and bones to disintegrate into a fine brown powder, similar to that left by Disintegrate spell. It comes in a small vial, suitable for treating up to 8 small corpses, 4 medium corpses, or 1 large corpse. So, depending on what size, you have that much dust. 4 medium, so 4 normal-sized people. Skeletal corpse counts as half a corpse of its size, so a skeleton's half that size, so you can disintegrate even more of them. Has no effect on living or dead creatures other than the fact that it makes them tingle, but if you pour it on a dead body, you can basically disintegrate it, get rid of a body. So the assassins use it to, like, get rid of evidence of their crimes.
Yeah. Can I get 1 order of those?
Yes, you may.
Let me get that shit.
Spread the evidence, man. That's smart. I like it.
So now Scott, Frank, and Jelani are going to team up and blow up the world. It's already set.
I never made it to the Assassin's Guild.
Nope, they don't like me.
Because you're
I'm
Too
wanted
loud.
criminal.
I'm too loud.
Assassins don't use dynamite.
Yeah, you're too high profile.
I'm
Yeah.
just a terrorist.
Yeah, you're just a terrorist.
You're way too easy to spot.
Can I get one set of those arrows?
Yeah, which ones did you like?
Yeah, really cool sounding ones.
Searing, sizzling, slaying, or sleep. All S words.
Hey.
Slaying arrows, you choose a particular type of enemy, and it does extra damage to that type of enemy. It's a +1 arrow, so it automatically gets +1 damage. If it strikes a creature that's been chosen, so you have to choose a type of creature. So like a dragon, or a fae, or a halfling, or a chaotic outsider, or undead. You choose that when the arrows are made. But then if you use this arrow against that type of creature, there's even like, if you choose magical beast, that's one also. If you use this arrow against a type of creature, they must succeed a DC 20 fortitude save or take 50 points of damage. So it's an arrow that can do 50 damage against a certain type of target. They're very expensive. They're like 2,200 gold each.
Okay, what about the searing arrow?
Yep, they're +1 flaming arrows, so they do +1 damage, but they continue to burn each round, dealing 1d6 fire damage on your turn for the next 3 rounds.
Yes.
So it's 3 rounds of fire damage. Those cost 1,500 each.
Jeez, damn, dude. Lowest. How much are the other ones?
Yeah.
Let me see. Sleep are the cheapest. Sleep are 132. Sizzling and searing are both the same, 1,500. And slaying is 2,200.
Yeah, so sleep arrow, I'm assuming, is you get it hit and you put them to sleep.
Yeah, it's got a fortitude save. I believe it's like a DC 11 fortitude save. I have to double check. But yeah, if they fail the fortitude save, then yes, they fall asleep. Those are
And how much are they again?
132.
Can I buy...
It's a DC 11 will save, actually. DC 11 will save and they fall asleep if they fail that. It's a +1 arrow, so it does +1 damage also. So.
Not really far, so they have to do that size.
+1 damage.
Yeah.
Alright, can I buy 10 of those?
Okay. Then that's 1,320. Or 1,300, whatever I said the price was times 2. I think I marked them down for you because you're an assassin, but...
Sweet.
You should still ask him for a gold discount, though.
1,000. Whatever. Sure. Doesn't matter. It's imaginary money. Okay.
Sweet. Yeah, alright. They used to know people.
Lucky that was another Skyfox assassin bringing that up.
You're the banker's son.
You are the banker. He's probably has some pull in the market. Because he knows that guy's secret. He's got that locked up in the bank. He's like, give my son a discount or I'm going to let everyone know about your secret. Alright, you're going to spend some more time with your dad before he passes away due to natural causes.
Okay.
Oh, what?
So you will do that, and do some more missions and stuff, and then you'll be with your father whenever he passes away and the new bank manager is chosen.
Do I get any sort of wisdom or insight or any sort of life lesson from my father before he passed away?
Yeah.
Any family heirlooms or anything?
You're gonna get some heirlooms and stuff, but mostly he's just gonna tell you about his journeys with the other adventurers, the crystals. He's gonna say that when you were sent away with the bear, it sounds like you were wrapped up in the new nine. So it sounds like to your father, he knows that you're one of the new nine. So he tells you that you're in a position where you could go for one of the seats of power. So he tells you about all that stuff. But there are 2 great crystals that control all these other crystals around the world, and so he's instructing you to what you should do is now that you've been trained and are ready, you should try to reunite with your group. And he suggests you use your assassin skills to wipe out any threats among them secretly without them knowing. So he says infiltrate this group, wipe out any threats that get in your way, and he advises you to go after a crystal for yourself, like he did. And he says, but unlike he gave up for it and didn't get one of the seats of power and was just given some power by the one that got the seat of power, and he's kind of been in a secondary position all these years. And he says his one great regret was not going for the great crystal. So he advises you to not settle for just a little bit of power, but to try to get the great crystal and to reunite with your friends and try and track it down. He is able to, using the Assassin's Network, gather some information about the location of any of your allies that you can name by name.
Well, where is everybody?
We can't tell you.
He'll tell you if you guess to say a name. Pick any one of your friends that you remember their name, and you will find the information on where they're at.
Sir Brett, please.
I don't know. Usually.
Should I write all our names down?
You don't want to find Sir Bretley.
Do a knowledge history check or something like that to remember.
Yeah, can I remember? It's been a while.
Yeah, you can roll. You can roll knowledge history, and if you roll high enough, I'll let. We'll just roll it, and I'll tell you what happens.
I mean, he's got all of our names written down. He can.
Oh, then he know if you wrote it down, then his character knows it. If you can just look on a sheet of paper, you're fine.
Yeah.
If you wrote it down, then I consider. If you wrote it down, I consider your character's memory. Anything you write down, I consider something your character remembers. As long as you can look it up and tell me what it is whenever you need to. It's
Not
a memory.
write us all down?
No, I did. But I don't know that.
Do you know Will's character's name? If not, you can roll a history and I'll tell you some.
Mercy, he nailed it.
Yeah, well, there you go. So he says, he does some research and says, apparently Cersei has already acquired the power of a crystal or 2. Her last known whereabouts from the Assassins and the Researchers Guild that they have aligned themselves with for information puts her on the island of Kelnar, somewhere in the desert of Kelnar is all the information they have.
So, do I know where that is?
You will know, they can point it out on a map for you if someone's got a greater world map. They can point out what island that is on a world map for you.
Okay.
Right now, you are in this region of Norland. And you were just told that I am in the deserts of Kelnar.
Okay. Cool. Can I ask, by somehow what's the best way to travel to island of Kelnar? So I don't just want to start off.
Well, here's what they can do. You can take a bounty from the mob on Kelnar, and then the mob will give you free passage. Your father will ask that you go under an assumed name so that no one knows that you're his son, because this is before he's about to pass away. But he'll pass away before you leave. You don't know that yet. But he'll say that you arrange travel under an assumed name and take a bounty on the island of Kelnar. And if you accept the Kelnar bounty, then you'll get free travel there. That's what he would recommend.
Alright, that sounds good.
Alright, so you're going to take a bounty on the island of Kelnar. Your bounty is for 2 kidnappers.
Oh, no.
They were wanted alive, but now they're wanted dead or alive.
Yeah, the more alive.
Does one have a half centipede body?
One has a half centipede body. One is an orc with a half centipede body. And they'll provide you with police drawings of these 2 figures, which will closely resemble your friend Oz. You'll pretty much recognize these when you look at it. It'll look like Oz with a centipede body. But maybe he's just an orc and you don't. You roll me a perception check, I guess, to see if you can tell the difference between every orc and Oz in particular. But
Get a pretty good bonus to him.
Yeah.
Travels a lot.
I'm not gonna make you roll really high to know it. That's what I'm saying.
5 total.
Yeah, so maybe all orcs kind of look the same to you. So you're like, that kind of looks like Oz, but you're not sure. You're very sure Oz didn't have centipede legs. You're like, no, that must be a different orc. Maybe that's all. You explain it away in your mind. Like, no, that's no way Oz would kidnap children. That doesn't sound like Oz, and Oz does not have centipede legs. Then you want to take a look at the other picture, which will be of some sort of drow-looking golem with a partially glass body, partially mechanical body, someone you don't recognize at all, going by the name of Morrigan.
Half glass, half what?
Mechanical, like clockwork, but with like meaty body parts inside the glass, like with like a body inside of glass with some mechanical parts.
Oregon. Oh, yeah.
They don't know the name of the orc, but they have the name of the golem, and they are wanted kidnappers, and if anyone can bring them back dead or alive, they will get a reward. The mob's not necessarily interested in that, but it's out there, and if you accept this mission and take this mission to find these kidnappers, they ask that you do that as cover for your real mission.
Cool.
Morgan likes to shoot first.
And you gotta come up with an alias.
And the other information from the mob is you will need to assassinate one of the judges of Telorix. After you complete the bounty first. Telorix has to be deputized.
Telorix?
Yeah. So you need to go to Telorix, be deputized to get the first bounty, and then return with that as your cover, and then kill a judge. Is basically your instructions for your mission. You will get a schedule for when your boat to leave arrives. While you're waiting for the boat to arrive, your father will pass away, and a new bank manager will be instated.
Is he a cool guy or is he a douche?
The new guy? Let's find out. Total douche. He hands you your father's belongings in a box, along with his pet pseudo dragon, which now belongs to you.
What kind of dragon?
It's a pseudo dragon. It's a dragon about the size of a house cat.
Dragons.
Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
Over the past few months, you would have seen your father wearing this around his neck, which you will probably do the same. It seems like to curl up around your father's neck. It seems to take a liking to you. You've seen your father feed it bits of cheese and fish and small rodents, things like that, and you will do the same. You will feed it, keep it well. You can communicate with you telepathically. That's the only way it can communicate. But it is smarter than a pet. It has the ability to be a familiar. Right now, it's just following you. If you at some point in time take the improved familiar feat, it can become your familiar. Right now, it's just hanging out with you because it was your dad's and can talk to you telepathically. We'll not take commands from you yet until you get the familiar feat, but we'll take suggestions. We'll talk to you in your brain. You can have thought speech with it if you want. But it'll just ride around your neck, and you can ask it to do things, ask it questions. But you also receive the puzzle box, and according to your father, unlocking the puzzle box is a way to impress the pseudo dragon. It says if you can complete the puzzle, then the dragon will admire you and want to stay with you longer.
Impress the dragon.
Yep. It's a very smart dragon. In your father's desk, the things you get cleaned out from his belongings are these things. You get 1 potion of Cure Moderate, 1 potion of Heroism, a Masterwork Rapier,
Okay.
an Elixir of Truth, a Vial of Antitoxin, a Courtier's Outfit, 1,100 gold,
Nice.
a bell,
Just a regular bell?
just a regular bell, ding ding ding.
Like a cowbell or?
No, like one that was sitting on his desk, not one of the ones that you tap, but it's a small ringing bell that people would come into the bank and ring for service, basically. It was his bell, so the guy gave it to you. Just a bell. You do get a false bottom chest, which has a fake bottom that you can remove and hide things underneath. You get an ink and pen, a vial of ink and a quill pen. You get a half-used journal that's filled with some of your father's stories from when he was traveling. The other half is for you to either fill out or use the paper in. He never quite finished his memoirs, I guess. You have a superior lock with a key for your chest. Very good lock. Bank-worthy lock. You also get a magnifying glass.
Nice.
A signal horn.
What does it sound like?
Bwomp. It sounds like the air horn thing on your cell phone. Bwomp, 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 bwomp. You get a whetstone for sharpening your weapons.
Cool.
You get an abacus.
I can do math.
Yep. Help you with your counting. You get a glass jar of honey.
It's very healthy for you. Is it local though?
Local to the mountains, yes. It's grown in the mountains, actually. You get a pouch of red marker dye. A strange bag.
Ooh.
A strange ring.
Strange. What was that last one?
A strange bag, a strange ring, and a strange belt.
Oh, man. He's a druid. He's probably not going to do anything bad.
Nice. Man, that's quite a haul. Alright, before I go travel, I'd like to go get a couple more healing potions. Can I go to the market and buy? Or cure moderates? How much are those?
Here they are 150 each.
Can I buy 5?
Yeah. As long as you have 750 gold, which I believe at this point you should.
Yes. Okay, and then I'll go and set on my way.
Alright, you will board a ship. What's that? Yeah, boarding the ship. Alright, you board a ship headed towards Telorix with all your goods. Do you have an assumed name to use already? Or are you going to wait to get a Telorix to decide?
Let's just call myself Jed.
Jed, got it.
Yeah.
Alright, under the name of Jed, you board a ship headed for Telorix under the ruse of seeking out this bounty.
Right.
Just a bounty hunter from Norland. And now we will go to the island of Kelnar and join all of our friends in a maze. All of our amazing friends in a maze. You guys have been resting outside of what appears to be the main chamber. I believe you've defeated a Minotaur.
Yes.
Jock was sleeping, he wakes up, you guys tell him you defeated a Minotaur, and everyone else takes a nap. And we'll assume that Jock keeps watching. You guys all rest how much you need to rest to get your spells back and whatever.
So I just slept for like 5 days. What the hell happened, guys?
We made it all the way through the maze. We got through all the riddles, and I wrote them all down.
Okay, I transformed into Sean Connery from Jarbio Gale and the Little People.
Okay.
Shape-shift.
Tom,
Okay.
you
I
saw
saw that on VHS when I was a cub.
It's a Cub Scout movie. Alright, well then I'll just deal with Jacques while you guys are resting. Do you want to do anything while everyone's resting there, Jacques?
I want to turn to Sean Connery.
We already did that.
Okay. So I transformed into Sean Connery.
Okay.
Oh, what the hell happened? Everybody, you defeated the Minotaur. That's crazy. I can't believe you defeated the Minotaur.
Is Sean Connery Irish?
He's Irish.
He's Irish today.
Oh, what a teeny-tiny toe.
Have you seen Jarbio Gale and the Little People? He puts on a terrible Irish accent.
Yeah.
As Scottish people often do.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my ring on.
Alright, you put your ring on. You're now invisible in this maze. Next to all your friends that told you their story that are kind of resting. They're probably not even all sleeping. Most of them are just like took little quick naps. You guys didn't need a rest of full 8, right?
He's keeping an eye on, was keeping an eye on.
So you guys are just kind of all hanging out, waiting for.
Can I meditate?
You can meditate. What do you meditate about?
I just want to restore all my key points.
Oh yeah, you can do that. You got an hour.
Classic Scott brain.
Stored his key points.
Storing key points like a good player.
Alright, everyone's all healed up, spelled up, keyed up. Kit's there, Frederick's there. I mean, other than waiting for Osk, that's all we can really do. Let's just chill until Osk gets here.
We could go in there. I mean, most of us are here.
Let's fucking do it. I got sleep arrows. You doesn't even know I'm there.
Alright.
Do you hear this over here? It's so fun.
Alright, so as far as we know, we're about to go into the next room and fight some desiccated mummy or
So
wizard.
Cersei says this to me, and I ready action a sleep arrow.
Alright,
I
there's.
test full strength on myself.
Yeah, might as well go mage armor.
Atlas Wisdom. Everybody's all beefed up.
Everybody's got their modifiers.
Ryan loves it.
Alright, there's There's a large stone door blocking the way forward. It looks like you'll have to lift it to get into this next chamber.
I'll be like,
Alright,
you guys, lift it up.
first I'm going to detect magic on the stone.
Okay?
Do I detect magic?
Yes.
Do you have something to know for depth to diagnose what magical properties are on this stone that we can potentially get it to move? Because I don't think a display of strength.
I'll roll, you want a spellcraft or arcana on this guy?
Either one's fine. Probably spellcraft for something like this. It's
It
not a
doesn't
physical
really
object.
matter, I have the same modifiers.
Yeah, sometimes they're interchangeable, but this one's more for an object, so.
22 on Arcana.
Alright, so you have in your past corrected some magical stones like this. When you get close to it, the hair stands up on your body. You will know that this wall is protected with some sort of protective spell that will cause some sort of electrical burst or shock if someone tries to touch it.
I cast Remove Curse
I want to touch
on
it.
the wall. Okay. Or you can do that.
It's not cursed, so remove curse won't work. Dispel magic will work, but not curse. Not remove curse.
Okay.
So you soften stone and turn it into clay, and then we can.
Is that a touch spell? So you still have to touch it first, though, right?
Well, yeah, let's dispel the magic first and then do the clay touch, and then we'll just
Levitate it. Yes.
I mean, there's a ceiling, so there's nowhere to levitate it to.
That's what I'm saying, like,
You couldn't move it out of the way?
well, either way, we need to dispel the magic on the stone because it's an electric bomb. So that would be the thing we need to do first.
Defuse the bomb.
I still want to touch it.
Alright, you touch it.
Just kidding, I'm kidding.
This is D&D, you say it out loud, it happens.
Don't touch the deal!
I've got Dispel and Greater Dispel, so depending on which one you want me to burn.
Normal dispel's probably fine. I'll let it slide.
Yeah, that's alright, that's a level 3 spell. Yeah, I'll dispel magic on that bad boy.
Alright, you dispel magic. Now there's just a big stone there that's not all fucked up.
Okay, so am I just turning this into clay?
Yeah, you cast that.
Yep.
Turn stone to mud.
I guess.
Alright, you turn stone to mud, the door softens and begins to fall apart in front of you, revealing another dark chamber ahead, with which looks like a large square sarcophagus in the middle, and rising up from behind it is a large mummy.
Alright, just in time!
Alright, so a large mummy rises up. You need to roll for initiative.
Wait, is it dark in the room, you said?
Yes, very dark.
Can I do light inside the room then?
You may cast light inside the room before the battle begins. You cast it on the sarcophagus in the middle of the room, or what? On the wall,
Yeah,
or?
that's 10 minutes per level, so... I don't know.
That's a lot of minutes.
Anything
Yeah.
in the middle of the room.
Alright, so you shoot in the middle of the room. Roll for initiative.
I got a 19.
I got a 5.
Yep, 9.
Oh, damn it. Oh, 1.
Can I make perception of the room, though, Brian?
I got an 11, so if you beat 11, you're going before it. If you're lower than 11, you're going after it.
So I go first.
I got a 23, I think.
Okay, Fleet goes first.
Alright.
Then I go.
Fleet goes first with a 23.
So, how big is the room? It's just a small room
It's the
with
same
them
size as all the other rooms you've been in.
Okay.
Very small, very cramped, very dark.
And he's just right there in the middle of it?
It's right
Not
there in the
very
middle of
dark.
it. It was right behind what looks like a square. In the middle of this room is a square what looks like a sarcophagus or coffin with a stone lid, stone walls. But the mummy didn't come out of it, he came from behind it.
Illusion.
I'll just turn everything into clay.
Then there will be a cave-in and all of you will die.
No, not everything. Just the whatever sarcophagus thing.
Oh, so there's
But
no
it's
hiding
not
behind it
dark.
anymore.
Nice popped up. Like a pop goes the weasel type deal. Yeah.
So there's like mole smash gang.
Yeah, like a
Okay. That changes what I want to do. Never get to them. Okay,
Set them up on fire.
sure, okay. I will send a flaming sphere at the mummy.
Alright, you toss a flaming sphere. What do I get? Do I get a save on that or something?
I need to look it up.
Oh,
Yeah, reflex negates.
Ow.
I did not roll that high, though. Let's see what his modifier is. My reflex is going to only be a 12. So I fail.
And do 3d6 of fire damage.
Nice.
Roll it. He is vulnerable to fire. So this is going to work very well.
It's gonna catch his drags on fire.
That's 8.
Alright, I'm going to give you 2 extra because he's vulnerable, so give you 10 damage on that. And I think it was Jacques next after Pleek.
Yes.
Yeah, it's me.
What you got, Jacques?
I'm invisible, and I have a sleep arrow, but that probably won't work on a wizard mummy. So I'm gonna unready my action.
Okay. That'll be your move.
That's just a waste, and those are expensive. I don't know if you heard about that.
They are expensive.
Yeah. And I'm gonna try to sneak around. Actually, no, fuck it. Sneak attack. Shoot him.
Funny.
I'm gonna shoot over there first and then move.
Alright.
Regular arrow.
Alright, launch it.
Plus. Plus my dex, which is 5.
9, so 18.
18.
That is a miss.
And then I'm gonna move.
Okay.
Get in the fetal position.
Alright, you move and take the fetal position. You are now prone.
You can grab one of the mummy's bandages.
Oh, you're not in the fetal position. Got it.
Roderick and Cersei go at the same time. They both rolled 9s.
Alright, so you'll go after the mummy. Alright, mummy's turn. Let's see what the mummy does.
You have the mummy like run into the sarcophagus in front of him because he's stupid, so he just like like he can't get around.
Check to see if Brennan Fraser's in the room.
Alright, I need everyone that's in the room, which means also roll for Frederick and Kit. Roll for everyone that's in the room. Need everyone to make a will save.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna surge.
I got 20.
Yeah, I got 22 for Cersei.
What do I add for the will save?
Your will modifier?
What?
Your will modifier? Should be a thing that says will plus something.
Yep.
What do we have to beat?
18.
Roderick got a 17, so he's gonna Mythic Surge. Well, it depends on what spell's getting cast, because he might not have to worry about it. He's undead.
It's a fear spell.
Yeah, I think he's immune to fear. Maybe.
Yeah. Alright,
Yeah, I'm just gonna fear. I'm fine.
Oscar's good. Jock is good.
I'm immune to fear, so I'm fine with whatever spell. Yeah, I rolled a 17.
All mind-affecting effects.
Alright, so everyone's fine? That was an aura, so it's like an automatic thing that happens.
Roderick didn't surge.
Yeah, I'm immune to fear.
So Kit got 14.
Kit will be paralyzed by fear for 4 rounds, so Kit cannot take any action for 4 rounds.
Of course.
He's never fought a mummy before. Out of everyone in here, everyone else is like, let's fight this fucking mummy, and Kit's like, I'm scared! Yeah, so Kit hides behind the camel.
Can I smack my nephew around?
You can, but he's still gonna be scared for 4 rounds because it's already happened. But you can hit him all you want. You'll be wasting your own. You'll be wasting your standard action though, hitting Kit. So.
Is this a curse?
No, it's just an aura.
Okay.
And now I get my actual turn because that was just the thing that happens. A giant sandman also rises up out of a whirling cloud of the desert sand in the room in the chamber. All that dust forms together to form a giant humanoid figure, slightly larger than you guys. A sandman. At which point, everyone needs to make another will save.
Oh shit. Where was I?
This one's lower. This time you'll have to beat a 14. So.
Trying.
Yeah.
He got a natural 20. Can he break out of his previous?
No, because this is for a new thing. This is so he doesn't fall asleep. But he won't fall asleep, though. With a natural 20, he will definitely be wide awake. He's too scared to fall asleep.
Sleep as well, so.
Alright, so Frederick falls asleep.
Yeah. No, he's immune, right?
Oh, if he's he's undead, right? So yeah. He's immune to sleep.
Cersei's got a 20.
So yeah, you're fine. Anyone with a beat 14 or is undead is fine.
Alright, well, I'll use my level 4 Plague Patron spell. Command Undead on the mummy! Yay!
Okay, I get a will save.
21.
Punch the Sandman.
I rolled a natural 20 plus whatever my modifier is, which is some number. So yeah.
So he's fine.
That's plus 3, so yeah, fine.
Alright, well,
It's
then
barely
I'll also-
fine, but fine.
I'll use fire off a crossbow bolt with that the mummy.
Okay.
What's CAP these days? I got a 22 on my BAB. 22 for attack.
That is a miss.
Miss?
Miss. Just barely. Goes right by its cheek. Just barely misses, but miss.
Alright, well, then I guess Broderick's gonna run on up there. Yep. And he's gonna do his 2 attacks. That's only a 16, so that's a miss. And then, now we got a 25, so that should be a hit, right?
That's a hit.
Gotta be.
25 is a hit.
25.
Yeah. Okay. Plus 3. 5 damage.
Alright, 5 damage.
Kit is paralyzed in stupidity.
Fear, not stupidity.
Stupid kid. There's nothing good for any.
He's never seen a mummy before.
Can it be fear from stupidity?
Yeah, sure. Isn't that what usually causes fear?
People are so fearful. Like,
Well, that's what scares us the most, are things we don't understand.
exactly.
You have to learn that boy about the world. You can't go freezing every time
Every time you see a crazy mummy that you've never seen before.
or anything he hasn't seen before. What kind of way is that to go through life? You have to have a sit down with Mr. Kid.
Have a nice talk to him after this.
I know.
Help him conquer his fears of mummies. He's got an irrational fear of mummies. Like using the word irrational.
Where
More
is
irrational. Taking a dump.
He's whipping and stirring.
Oh,
It's your turn, man.
he's peppered.
You're fighting. Yeah, this command undead.
He got a natural 20 when I pass on him, so we don't know what his will is like.
And
He's a
mummy, right?
He's a mummy.
Alright,
Is he not intelligent? He's clearly intelligent. I'm not intelligent.
Alright, how about this? I'm gonna cast Spark on his bandages.
Okay.
Light him on fire.
Okay. How much damage does that do?
Yeah.
It doesn't do damage, it just lights on fire, so it'd be fire damage.
Okay,
Setting
then
him on
I'll
fire.
do natural fire damage. Sure.
Yeah, so I'll light him on fire.
Alright, he takes 1 damage.
Real
Ow.
shit.
I'll make it
Yeah,
2.
right.
I'll make it 2 because he's vulnerable to fire, so.
Alright, but it happens every turn because it's on fire.
Yeah, sure.
And then it makes it harder to concentrate because he's on fire.
Okay, and it makes him easier to spot. He's on fire. That's fine.
Yeah.
Thumbs up.
Yeah. Alright, and then as my move action, I'm gonna take out my gem of brightness and cast him and shine it in his face.
Okay.
So he's both on fire and blinded.
Alright, I'll roll a save to see if that works. Yeah, he's also blinded. Correct.
Alright.
He fails to save. He's blinded on fire.
That's how you play D&D, guys.
I hope you guys were taking notes. To learn more about how to play, just tune in next time. Long Distance Dungeons & Dragons Dinner Theater.